Right. Do that here. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I got my favorite shirt today. I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. How do you guys like it? Ken Reitz, if you're here, thank you for getting it for me like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. Good morning, Arnulfo. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Lydia, Tom, Ed, Piet DeBrog, Glenn, Dave, Debbie, Art, Ivano, Jean, who sends me those funny pictures. Hey, Jean, Caroline, Mike Robertson, Vernon, James, JB, Stephen, Bill, Santiago, Tim, Eduardo, Chris, good morning, Chris, William, good morning, William, the sassy trainer, Bruce, Blair, Dr. Serena. I hope you had a nice weekend. Let's say hello to Dr. Serena, our actuary. Stevens, Stefan, Lewis, Ray, Mario, Delroy, Keyhawk fan, Mark, Wade, Wardog, Dave, Peggy, Genevieve, Ruth, Kirk, Duzzy, Ralph. We got a lot of people here. We got a lot of people here. We got Kirk, we got Duzzy, Ralph, Dana, William. Good morning, William. Dave, Devin, Henry, John, Walter, Illinois grain farmer, Ed, Sherman, Steve, David, Ed, Willard. Good morning, Willard. Charlie Clyde, Richard from Puente Gorda, Liberty Ranger, Patrick, Don. Hopefully you were okay, Richard. I know we exchanged some emails on Friday. Hopefully everything went your way, or the best possible your way. I know it's been crazy market. We got Scotty, Deanna, we got Carlos, we got Richard, we got Steely, we got Dan, we got Michael, we got Murray. Murray, good morning. Congratulations to your Murray son. We got a graduate here. We got a graduate. Now his life is really going to start, Murray. Tracy, Eagle Beagle. Good morning, Eagle Beagle. Jason, Jody, Patricia, Kirk. Good morning. Ahmed, Raj, good morning. Ronaldo. A lot of people here. A lot of people here. We'll be starting in about a minute and a half. Let me pull up some CTAs here. There we go. There's the CTAs. All right. I will be live at 1 o'clock today. I will be talking about the Pro Trader dashboard. Haven't talked about the Pro Trader dashboard in a while. Very useful right now. Very, very useful right now. I'll be in my VIP room talking about every major sector and every major FANG stock today. And I'm going to try to find some bull put spreads for us because implied volatility is really high. So I'm going to try to show you how we do that today. It's going to be hard to find a bullish stock, but I'm going to be determined to find one. You don't want to miss today's VIP room. It's going to be very, very, very important for that reason. I just posted the link above. Good morning, Jill. And let me post the link here for Customer Service Live. Cam, are you here? Are you back? Or are you still out? I know you were out over Friday. Let me, yeah, Cam is still out. Okay. Gustavo, I guess it's you and Chip today. Good morning, Sarah, Mark. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Now, as much as I would love to hang out and say hello to you all morning, we've got a lot. Good morning, Jeff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a lot of fish to fry here. And finally, I'm getting a haircut this week. I'm going to find the time on Wednesday to go get a haircut. I look like one of those toys, those that you need to I forgot the name. Those toys where you need to cut their hair. They got a weird, cool name, but I forgot their name. Chucka toys, chucka. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I gotta, or soon I won't be able to see anything. All right. So this morning, Good morning, Gustavo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jeff, Robert, good to see everybody. Robert's here, options here. Folks, also a few things, just a little housekeeping. If you want to get the best quality, go to the gearbox right here and hit 1080, 1080. It'll give you a choice. Go all the way to 1080 and you'll be able to see me pretty well. Pretty well. Chia Pet, that's it. Chia Pet. Yes, a Chia Pet. That's what my wife said. She's like, you need a haircut. You're starting to look like a Chia Pet. Hey, Rosalind, good morning. That's it. Chia Pet. That's it. That's it. You guys got it right. All right. So, what's going on with the market? Is there a capitulation in sight? No, 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 no. There's no capitulations here. Not for the equity markets, not even close. Why, Roger? Why aren't we seeing capitulation? Because we are seeing crazy reactions from Europe and China still. Thank you, William. Ken Reed's got me this shirt about 2 years when we launched A-Line. So I guess it was about 2 years ago. You may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. Now, I love getting shirts like this from post PhDs and MIT. So it's fantastic. Thank you, Ken. If you're here, thank you once again. No, nah, not Kia, Chia Pet. That's it. Chia Pet. That's it. All right. So, what are we going to be watching out for this week? Well, we've got the CPI this week, folks. We got the CPI and we got the PPI and we've got the consumer sentiment. Are these reports going to be important right now? No, they're not. Are they going to give us any directional bias at all? Zero. What do you mean, Roger? These are federal reports. These are huge reports. How come they're not going to? I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. These reports are going to have absolutely no impact right now because the market is not being driven by U.S. economy. It's being driven by global tariffs. Like I warned you it would 3 months ago, and I gave you plenty of chances to reposition your account, take profits, get out of the market, reassess your financial situation. But most of you, what did you do instead? Just argued with me over and over and over again. And you know what I'm going to tell you? It's very highly unlikely that I'm wrong. I've been doing this for too long. All right. So these reports will have zero impact on the economy. Well, do I really mean zero? No, they'll have some. They'll have some volatility, but we're not going to get any movement as a result of them because they mean absolutely nothing to us right now. We always need to see what the catalyst is. We need to determine what the reports are in light of the catalyst. Right now, the catalyst is global turmoil. We need to see where the global markets will end, how big the reciprocal tariffs are, how many are going to call the president, and who's going to blink first, right? We don't know the answers to any of these questions, which is why these reports are not driving anything. Because if the CPI comes out absolutely amazing, it'll have no impact on tariffs. You see the point? These will have no impact on tariffs. Global economy have a lot of good morning. So much work to do when you buy 100-year-old. Yeah. A lot of work to do even when you buy a brand new house. But anyhow, the point is that these reports mean very, very little. Again, I'm not going to tell you crap you want to hear. I'm going to tell you reality. I'm assuming you guys are here for a reality check and you don't want to hear all the nonsense that you're hearing from everybody else, all the political correct bullshit. So I'm going to be honest with you because I have no reason to lie to you. I don't get paid by every word that comes out of my mouth. I get paid by giving you guys accurate signals. So these reports are not going to have any impact at all, unless we get clarity before then. What about the bond market? Well, the bond market is starting to stabilize. We're not seeing any flight to quality today, which means people could, instead of putting their money in the bond market, could be just taking their money and putting it in cash, which I suspect is happening right now. US dollar, on the other hand, is starting to go up. That creates a pivot for us. This is actually positive. This is actually positive. The US dollar is now coming back into this range. The problem now is not with the US dollar. The problem is now with global economy and other assets. Gold is gold took off a little bit, but now it's coming back a little bit here. This is today's price area. It's coming back. It's keying off of the 50-day moving average. My suggestion is not to touch gold because folks may be putting their money in cash right now. They don't trust global economy right now. That's a sign of a recession, not inflation, recession. Okay? Recession. When nothing comes up. Look at crude oil. Now, crude oil looks like it could be bottoming out here, but it hasn't happened yet. This is more important than the VIX right now because this is going to tell you what the world believes, whether we're going to have a global recession or not. Crude oil is the most sensitive asset to a global recession. Okay. China. Look at China. China went from here. Remember, I told you it's going to break down. We're in a descending triangle. We went to the 50, we went to the 100. Now we're at the 200. We have strong support here. We need China to stop going down. We need China to stop going down so we can ascertain where global economy is. Till China stops going down, the US economy is going to be a moving target because the US economy is highly, highly, highly global. Does anybody want to argue with me today? Does anybody want to say anything nasty, political, going once? It's kind of funny because I was saying the same thing 2 months ago, and everybody was giving me biggest I mean, you guys were just giving me headaches. Nobody's giving me headaches anymore. It's amazing. Nobody's talking. Nobody's being dumb anymore. Crude is also a canary of the coal mine for. Yes, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it also destabilizes Russia. Does anybody have any comment? Does anybody want to disagree with me? Does anybody have anything to say? Because we sure had a lot of people doing a lot of talking 2 months ago. Yeah, I did. Yep, Hank Seng and Japanese market didn't do well overnight either. Anybody have any comment? Does anybody have any comment? Does anybody want to argue with my market timing? Interesting, interesting. I guess all those people have left. Does anybody want to say that it's not tariffs? That it just negotiate that he's just negotiating? Any of that? Any of that? Let's see. Anybody want to make an ass out of themselves today? Let's see. Just need the diva to mark the. Let's not get. Yeah, we're here. Yep, here we are. Here we go again, Jose. Yep, and we're gonna keep going every time. Just asking. Any nonsense? Does anybody want going once, going twice? No. Okay. Good. Is there more? Is this more than a correction? And how does margin call Monday work? Monday call margin works is your broker's going to call you and tell you that you have a margin call and you're going to have 24 hours to pay up, or he's going to liquidate your position. That's how it works. Ian says, move on. All right, all right. Good, 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 good. Why are gas prices rising when oil is low? Good question. Good question, Scotty. Because fear, 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 fear. Fear, fear, fear. 50 countries have called in wanting to negotiate. That's not what I said. I didn't say what's happening. I said, does anybody want to talk about the cause of all of this? Because a lot of people were arguing with me. No, nobody else. Okay. All right. Let's continue now. Good, good, good. I'm glad I got you guys trained. Implied volatility. We are now at really, really crazy levels. The market is completely being driven by fear. And when I say the market's being driven by fear, I mean fear. One good silver lining is on volatility, we are now near the previous day's close. And on crude oil, we are also near gap down and are starting to come up. So we are seeing volatility and crude starting to react positively. Let's see if stock market's doing the same. Oh, it's only down 2% now. It's not down too bad. Let's look at overnight data. No. We opened down here, went a little higher. Now we're going all the way down. So I would be really, really cautious. Again, folks, the U.S. market is just now, it's basically trying to react to global economy. Yeah, close below the low. You can't argue with me because you're always right. No new refineries as well. All right. All right. Let's talk about fundamentals. Let's talk about fundamentals, and I got some momentum charts to show you guys. Woo! Wait till you see this. But let's first talk about fundamentals. How often does the VIX hit 60? Not often. When it does, it usually backs off precipitously. Yes, I said precipitously. Let me show you. Monthly, 15 years. This is so that's a good question. Who was it that asked me that? Dave, that's a good question. Good question. So you could see when we get to these levels, they don't really stay very long. Fear like this does not stay very long. It doesn't. It doesn't. We can go a little higher, but we're getting close to the bottom. We're getting close to the bottom. You could see here's 2008, 2020. The highest we go is usually 86. We are very, very high right now. Now, what does this mean for you folks? What does it mean for you that volatility is high? Can anybody tell me? How does it affect you personally, directly? How does it affect you directly? Come on, guys. These are good questions. There's an 8-second delay. How does high VIX affect you directly? Can somebody tell me? Good morning, Joy. Good. Happy Monday to you. Can anybody tell me how the high VIX impacts you directly? Premium, yes. Options are more expensive and spreads are wider. So right now, volatility 20 versus 40, you're paying twice as much for the option premium. Implied volatility is twice as high. You're paying about 3 times as much for your option premiums right now. Now, in light of me just saying that right now, do you think it's a great time to buy options on your favorite stocks or puts or calls? And puts are really overextended because the markets have been coming down. Do you think this is a great time to trade? Believe it or not, I'm going to show you the chart of the SPY. Believe it or not, I was selling a program on Friday. I was selling Stealth Surge on Friday. And people were calling into customer service and asking how come I haven't been giving any trades out. Yes, and I'll be talking about selling premium in the VIP room today at noon, and I'll be giving you guys a couple of put spreads, okay? I'm going to show you how we buy put spreads right now with this implied volatility. So, folks, if you're one of the few, and there was maybe 1 or 2 people or maybe 3 calling customer service, if you don't understand why I have not been putting any trades in the Stealth Surge, number 1, your trading license needs to be taken away. B, you've already lost your money you've already lost the money you have in your account without even losing it. You just don't know it yet because you don't understand what's happening right now. And 3, I'm protecting you from yourselves. There is no edge right now for anybody buying anything. There's no edge for anybody buying anything. You are looking at a loss right now. If you're buying puts, your implied volatility is 3 times higher. If you're buying calls, you're just losing money straight up. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool and ask me why I'm not giving you trades in a market like this. Don't be a fool. If you're asking me why I'm putting in trades in a market like this, you obviously don't come and watch me every day in the VIP room in here, and that means you're not paying attention. Okay? Did not know that the calls and puts in relationship to the VIX. Good. Yes, you shouldn't be trading in the markets right now. Exactly. Stealth Surge, not Stealth Dive. Thank you. Yes, I've gotten 3-4 emails from customer service saying, Roger, people are asking, how come you're not putting in trades in Stealth Surge? And my answer is, have they looked at the market lately? So, folks, we don't trade in positions like this because we don't have an edge. This is called suicidally losing your money. This is called market suicide. This is called being a moron, okay? All right. So next time you want to call customer service and say, how come Roger is not putting in trades? Because I don't want to be a moron. That's why. Okay, let's continue now. Bond market holding steady, not real any flight to quality at all. US dollar holding on already for 3rd day in a row, which means US dollar is pretty much done with their tariffs. Now we're just reacting to foreign countries. FXI is in the crapper, and if China keeps going down, it will continue putting pressure on global's economy. Dang dung, that's what we're going to be talking about today in the VIP room, all right? Dang dung? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Dana Dang or is it Dana Dung? I'm trying to pronounce your name right, Mr. Dag or Dong. But today in the VIP room, all right? Today in the VIP room, that's what we're going to be doing. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize. All right. Yeah, premium is expensive right now. That's why I didn't want to do a spread last Thursday. Premium on the SPY was at $8. Now it's at $12 for a spread that should cost $3. That's a lot of premium, right? That's a lot of premium. All right, remember, I'll be going live today at 1 o'clock. All new class, Pro Trader Dashboard. We got VIP room at noon today, and I will be doing some credit spreads today, Mr. Dahana Dang. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. And don't forget customer service live. Customer service live. Let me continue. So nice that we don't have any of our detractors in here again saying stupid stuff. All right. CPI, PPI right here. Hopefully by Thursday and Friday, we will be out of this route. I'm hoping that if Trump keeps it quiet and we will get some stability by the end of this week. Remember, we need a capitulation, not a one-day capitulation, a real capitulation. We're not there yet, or we need to build a foundation. And we're sure as hell not there yet either. All right, let's talk about all the stuff we're dealing with today. By the way, I am going to work today. Eagle Beagle says, the market, I only trade E-minis and SPY stocks, give me no edge whatsoever, throw money away. For the next couple of days, or week. My grandson has been selling credit spreads for the last few days, high premiums. That's right, Isaac. That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. And we're going to try to do some today. That's right. Premiums are really high. S&P's down a little over 3%. June Nasdaq futures are down almost 4%. Worries over the economic fallout of U.S. President Trump's sweeping tariffs continue to weigh on sentiment. Trump speaking to reporters on Sunday. Geez, I wish he would just stop. Following a weekend of golf, of course. I mean, that's obviously very pressing right now. Repeatedly stood by the sweeping tariff announcement. He said that sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. Yes, but the medicine you're giving is not nearly enough to fix anything. It's like 1.8. It'll fix 1.8% of the problem. Treasury Secretary Bessent said on Sunday that adopted a defiant stance amid the global stock market sell-off, asserting that the measures are necessary and dismissing concerns. I love when head economists just they don't worry about recessions. I mean, it's like a doctor not worrying about a patient dying, Just give him radiation. If he dies, that's okay. We get these short-term market reactions. A recession is not a short-term market reaction, dumbass. And the market consistently doesn't underestimate Donald Trump. The market is consistently shocked with Donald Trump. Oh, that Donald. He's a rascal. Wall Street equities averaged sharply lower, with S&P Nasdaq falling to 11-month low. Right? I mean, it's no it's not. Remember what he says. It's nothing to worry about. Markets, these short-term market reactions from time to time, the one we haven't had since COVID. Yeah, they happen all the time. We haven't had one since COVID. But yeah, we had a perfectly good bull market that we had to destroy. But who cares about that? Yeah, so Nasdaq is almost at a 1-year low, and the Dow's almost at a 9-month low. But Trump is golfing. Yeah, let's continue. Magnificent Seven slump. Tesla's down 10%. Nvidia's down 7%. Major sell-off in the chips. Healthcare dropped nearly 16%. On the bullish side, retailers, tariffs in Southeast Asia, they climbed 3% because they're negotiating. I wouldn't be putting my breath in these. But this is self-inflicted. Yeah, this is pretty self-inflicted, all right. I told you already, a Key Hawk fan, I told you already 100 times, Hassett is a yes man. I told you that a year ago. I told you that 2 years ago, and I'm telling you that right now. Hassett is a yes man. He's not going to stand up to anybody. He's a yes man. Did I not tell you that, Key Hawk fan? He's a yes man. He's always been a yes man. Dang says, at this point, do you recommend selling some of our holdings to cut losses to protect further of the market? Well, Dana Dang, why don't you pay attention to what I'm saying, and maybe you'll get an answer. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. Our grandchildren should be okay. All right, let's continue. Labor Department said on Friday that non-farm payroll climbed 228%. Really good. Really, really good. Did it make one shred of a difference for the market? Absolutely not. Why, Roger? Why? I thought the markets like these things. Sure, they do when they're being driven by U.S. economy. Markets are being driven by global tariffs. CPI, PPI this week means nothing. Nothing. Just like the report on Friday meant nothing. Uh, Boyd, you want to remember where we are in 6 weeks? Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 6 weeks. We got to get through the next 6 weeks. All right. Unemployment edged up 4.2%. None of these matter. None of these matter. Powell stated on Friday in response to President Trump, who tried to push. Trump tried to pull a fast one on Friday and tried to put Powell under the microscope and put the burden on him. It didn't work very well. Powell stated on Friday in response to President Trump's that new tariffs are likely to be significantly larger than anticipated, with the potential effects such as slower growth, higher inflation, and they're not doing anything. And Powell does not like to be pushed around, by the way, especially by people who have no control over his job. While tariffs are likely to generate at least temporary rise in inflation, it's also possible that the effects could be more persistent. In other words, I have no idea where things are going to be. Don't come crying to me. I didn't cause these tariffs. We don't know what's going to happen till we complete. What have I been telling you, folks? We are not going to get anywhere till we have certainty. June before Trump's steps will show minimal results, not my words. We'll see. We'll see. 6 week recession would be amazing. Yes, it would be. We will live through this. We made it. Of course, we'll live through this. Yeah, we're almost done to the downside, guys. Don't think this is going to continue forever. Remember, I haven't gotten to. Remember, I always start with the real bad stuff, and then I give you the silver lining. I haven't given you any silver lining yet. We now have a 51% chance of no rate hike. I would say that we have 100% no rate because they're not going to do anything right now. They're not going to appease Trump. They're going to stick it to him like they always do. First quarter earnings are starting this Friday. Now, these will have an impact, assuming the tariffs are complete and done. I don't know when that will happen. On the economic front, consumer inflation report on March will be the main driver. That's this report right here. That's happening on Thursday. It'll be a main driver, which will have absolutely no impact on the economy because that's not what's driving the economy. If you want to know what do I always tell you? Before you look at anything, find out what's causing the market to react a certain way, and then you will know what will need to stop reacting the market a certain way. Yeah, it'll be a battle of wills to see who will blink first. This is a battle of wills, and Trump will not be the first one to blink. Boyd, if the market keeps going down, he's going to blink faster than a 12-year-old girl at a Elvis Presley concert. Okay, 50 years ago, he's already blinking he's already getting pressured by. You could tell he's under pressure based on what he was telling the Fed on Friday. Trump's biggest thing is he wants to be liked. He wants to be loved. If Trump doesn't get love, if he feels that he's not getting love, he's going to switch. He's going to go and pull a 180 faster than you could say, who's your daddy? We all know that. Okay. So I think Trump is going to blink first. Boyd, I think Trump is going to blink first. Yes. So remember something important I need to tell you. Several weeks ago, I told you something very profound. Yes, very profound. I told you that if you don't know what's causing the move, you will never be able to gauge the move. You need to know what's causing the move in order to know how far it'll go what it will do, and the impact of other reports on it. In other words, if global economy is driving the US markets, federal data will have no impact, just like it hasn't had any impact in the last 3 weeks. Okay. If federal data is driving the market, global economy is not going to have too much of an impact. If tech is driving the market, financials are not going to have a major impact. You guys understand what I'm saying? Well, right now, I got news for you. The only thing that's driving this market is global economy. Therefore, none of this US data is going to have any impact. I wouldn't bet on that. Uh, yes, yes. We knew that he would be blink. He would blink. The market would not be reacting rationally right now. Yes, the market would be going up 1,000 points if he blank right now in a heartbeat, Boyd. But he hasn't blinked yet. So also investors will be watching Federal Reserve minutes. Again, none of these are very important right now. I don't mean to be insensitive. I'm just being honest with you. If you want, I could lie to you and I could make you feel really good, or I could tell you the truth. I'd rather tell you the truth like I've been doing for the last God knows how many years. That's why we have 661 people here right now, because I tell the truth. I don't bullshit. I think so too. Folks, listen to me very carefully. I know a lot more about Trump than you guys do because I know people that work for him personally, and I've known them for several decades. Trump loves nothing more than to be loved. If Trump feels that this is making him not popular, he's going to change his policy. He's going to blame somebody else and and change his policy within 10 seconds and pretend it never happened. Just FYI. Um, US consumer data is coming out this week. Again, this is not going to have any impact. Now, here's where we have impact. Yes, no tariffs on Russia. I'd love to see how that happens. Human nature. His machismo, lack of understanding of economics still means a lot of uncertainty. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I agree with you. And so is Hassett. Major disappointment. Instead of being honest and doing what the head of Goldman Sachs did the last time Trump pulled, remember that his financial advisor was the head of Goldman Sachs. Trump tried to play games with him. He quit. Like he's like, I'm not doing this. These guys are they just want their jobs. Mm. Listen, Hassett's been wanting this job for over 20 years. He's not going to say anything to Trump. I know that for a fact. I know this guy. I know who I'm dealing with here. Um, and I'm telling you the truth. I'm being honest with you. He's not going to say anything to Trump. He's not. He's going to agree with everything Trump says. Exactly. Exactly. Boy, you guys we're all on the same page. Look at this. It's amazing. Nobody's saying anything stupid today. I love this. All right. Well, I love this. Europe is down almost 6%, folks. Almost 6%. Do you understand why the US market is down? It's keying off of this. This is what's driving price. Not credit data, not consumer data, not earnings on bank stocks, not what the Fed may do next, not what the Fed is saying. This is what's driving the market right here. This is what's driving the market right here. Hey, it is what it is. This is what we have to deal with. But he will blink first. He will blink the second he fears that he is not loved. He will blink the second he fears he's not loved. Europe is down almost 6%, falling to its lowest level since August. US President Trump's tariff storm continues to weigh on sentiment more than anything else. Defense stocks, one of this year's top performing industries, led the decline on Monday. So not only are we down almost 6%, but we also are down on defensive stocks. Now, here's where things get hairy. Bank, energy, insurance stocks also sold off sharply. Investors will be watching European Union's response to U.S. tariffs as week gets underway. Folks, what's the most important thing that I've said so far today? Investors will be watching the European Union's response to the U.S. tariffs as the week gets underway. That right there is the key. That right there is the key. Here's what's driving the market again. Closed sharply lower, posing its biggest single day since 2020. Right at the 200-day moving average. We're at support. We're at support here. We are at support. We are at short-term support here. Okay. Solar and technology stocks led the decline. Not good. Last week, President Trump imposed an additional 34% tariffs on China. China retaliated by imposing a 34% tariffs. Oh, this is going to hurt Amazon. Yep. From Wikipedia, views on trade are significantly outside the mainstream of economic thought and are widely considered fringe by other economists. Oh, yeah, yeah. Just one thing else I wanted to tell you. About 100 economists, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Wharton, all disagree with this approach to tariffs. Not some. Every economist, except for the ones working for Trump, completely disagree with this approach to our economy. Stanford, Harvard, Columbia, yeah, Columbia too. Yeah, Columbia is not happy about this. Everybody. Nobody's agreeing with Hassett, Navarro, and Trump. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Exactly, Terrence. Now we're talking. All right. All right. How about Japan? Sharply lower, hitting its lowest level since October of 2023. Do you understand what's causing the market, U.S. markets to come down? You guys still want me to give you stealth surges? As concerns over escalation trade wars dampening sentiment, the benchmark entered a bear market, dropping over 20% from its December highs. Financial stocks led the decline on Monday. Very dangerous, as recession fears drove bond yields lower and pushed our expectations for additional interest rate hikes by Bank of Japan. They're alone, yeah. Isn't fully correlation good for stopping the downside? Gaston, I don't know where you come up with this stuff. No, not in global economy. So, folks, I just want you to know, for the record, every Main Street economist is against what Trump is doing. Every mainstream economist. One of these days, maybe this afternoon, when I have a little time, I'll give you guys the history of tariffs in the country, and I'll explain to you, and I'll give you the whole history of them if you're interested. But I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe in the VIP room, and I want you to understand where Trump is getting this idea from, and then I'll explain to you the error in his ways. Are you guys interested in hearing some of that in the VIP room today? I can give you a full lesson on history lesson on U.S. tariffs and explain all that to you. But just they are wrong most of the time. No, they're not wrong most of the time. It's dollars and cents. His main plan was back to Powell to lower interest rate. Really? I didn't get that till yesterday. That plan was for lower. He didn't tell us that, but a recession will lower tax revenue and cost payouts. Yeah, I didn't get that. I did not get that. I did not get that memo till yesterday, James. Till his main plan to lower. Yeah, I didn't get that. It's interesting. Some people don't want a lesson in tariffs. Huh. Well, you're going to get one anyway. All right. And it's not going to be political. It's not going to be anything about Trump. I'll go back about 150 years. Magnificent Seven stocks are sliding in pre-market with Tesla slumping over 7%. Nvidia, this is very, very bad. Crypto stocks are not holding on, folks. Remember, they're correlated to technology. I was going to save the best for last. Look at this. Broke down. They remember I said they're correlated, but not minute by minute. And look at what they're doing right now. They're now correlated to the mega caps. Look, once again. Yeah, I didn't get that message that Trump is doing this to lower rates. If Trump is doing this to lower rates, let me tell you something. It's not going to lower rates. Look at Magnificent Seven, guys. Pow! Yeah. Yeah, you're getting a lesson in tariffs, all right. Yes, there goes your money. All right, so let's look at some silver lining, shall we? We've talked a lot of nonsense so far. Let's talk about some practicalities. Infotech. Look at where we're at, folks. We are now at the lowest levels we've been since COVID. We're getting pretty close to the bottom. What about manufacturing? What about basic materials? Look, we're getting there. Helen says, understanding that it's not just tariffs, it's also about taxes, regulations. Okay, Helen, if you say so. It's about tariffs. It's about tariffs. Ooh, look, we almost have 700 people here in 40 minutes. So do you guys see what I'm seeing? This is the number of stocks and basic materials that are trading below the 200-day moving average. There are two sectors that are showing sign of basing out. One of them is Infotech. Infotech has all the mega caps in it. This is very, very encouraging. Now, we can go up here a little bit and then we can come down. We're not out of the danger zone yet, but I think we're getting near critical levels. Okay. Helen, today it's about this. Listen, Helen, today it's about this. It's about Nikkei dropping to the lowest level in 2023. Helen, as I explained to you before, you need to know each day what is causing the rout. Today, what's causing the rout is this. It's not it's not taxes, it's not regulation. It's tariffs. It's not taxes and it's not regulation. It's tariffs. It's them trying to do reciprocal tariffs. Therefore, we're going to be listening very carefully today, not about discussions of taxes, not about the discussion of regulations. We're going to be listening for discussions of tariffs to see if we can get a technical jump in the market. Please, please, if you're going to say something, Helen, please, please don't misguide people. Because if people listen to what you say, they're going to be listening for discussions of regulations and taxes. Those discussions will have no impact on the market today. The only discussions that will have impact on the market today is those that deal with global tariffs. I'm literally showing you a picture. You're here for a reason. Please listen to me. I've done this a few times before. I've also had a partnership 20 years ago with the senior financial economist of President Trump's administration, and I know how he thinks. He's the guy that gave me a tour around Washington, D.C. the second time I was there 20 years ago. Please don't do what you're doing right now. It's not helpful. All right. So we all know what the driver is. It's not taxes. It's not regulations. It's not everything. It's one thing: global tariffs and the unforeseeability surrounding the global tariffs. And it's about who's going to blink first. That's what it's about right now. Okay? All right? I'm not getting political, Helen. You just don't like what I'm saying. I'm not getting political at all. I'm talking about this is the headline of financial news today. I am not getting political. You are interpreting what I'm saying as political. You see, political events are causing the market to crash. Therefore, when they stick their nose in my business, that's when I talk about them. They are becoming financial. I am not becoming political. Okay. If this was not the driving force of the market today, then we would not be talking about it, Helen. Okay. Let's be very clear on what's driving the price down. President Trump's tariffs, beginning, middle, and end. I love when people try to spin stuff. All right, now let's look at the markets. And I've been saying that, Helen, for the last 3 weeks. And I've been helping people save a lot of money as a result of them being out with the markets. And we don't have that many more people arguing with me anymore. Please stop. Look, Helen, I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. No, Helen, no, that's called psychology. That's called human psychology. That's called me. Helen, I want you to understand something. When I trade the market, I use everything possible to cheat. And if I can use the psychological makeup of our president to figure out what the market is going to do next, I am going to do that. I'm going to do everything humanly possible to help you make money, including dissecting his psychological profile. That's what FBI does when they're trying to figure out what somebody's going to do next. You don't want me doing that? I'm trying to help you figure out what the market's going to do next. Whether Trump is going to blink or not is a huge impact of what the market is going to be doing next. When tariffs are off, then you will not be hearing me talking about it. If somebody sticks their nose into the financial markets and drives it, then I'm going to be all over it like a dog with a bone. That is not political. That is financial. Okay. So please stop. Okay. Please stop, Helen. I'm going to use everything I have to my advantage to tell me what the market is going to do. If you want to ignore certain things, God bless you. Like I'm telling you things that are obvious. All right, let's talk about key levels. There's always one. There's always one. Just because you don't like what I'm saying, it doesn't mean it's political. Yes, thank you. I'm literally trying to help you. And by the way, Helen, every word that I've said for the last 2 months has come to fruition. Every word. Yes, it says it. Yes, yeah, exactly. Rationality. Yeah, you want me to ignore things that are obvious, right? No, Trump is just like everybody else. He's not sensitive to what people say about him. Nah, we're just going to ignore that factor. Jesus Christ. Exactly, James. Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to give you guys I'm trying to tell you everything. I'm trying to tell you all the factors to look at. All right. Now let's talk about key levels. I got to get out of here soon. We are at the first level of support right now. Here's the second level of support, and the third level of support is obviously the 200-day moving average. I'm fairly convinced. I'm fairly convinced that we're going to get to the 200-day moving average. I'm pretty convinced we're going to get to the 200-day moving average. It's just a matter of time. Now, what we may be seeing for the next couple of days is back and forth. It doesn't matter till we have certainty. Till we have certainty, we are going to keep moving lower because we are trying to discover price. We're trying to discover value. We're trying to discover an area where buyers will be comfortable stepping back in. Okay? Very, very, very yes, Khalid. Yes, I think it makes sense to most people. Right here, right here. There's a lot of support right at 446. Let's look at QQQ. 716 people, folks. QQQ. Let's look and see some support levels there. All right, let's look at it on a weekly basis. Weekly will give us a better idea of support levels. We have, we are right now at a major support as well. And if this area gets broken, we got the 200-day moving average. I'll tell you what, folks, honestly, and I know this is taking the easy way out, but I'm really seeing the 200-day moving average come to fruition on most of these indices on a weekly basis, not on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis, let's take a look. We really are getting near our first level of support right here. Big level right here. Right there. There's a lot of support around the 405 level. How about mega caps? Let's look at mega caps. No, we're not at 68 to 75%. I wish I could pronounce your name right. Is it Dana? Is it Donna? Is it Donna or Dana? I'm trying to get your name right. Lower interest rates, then can federal debt be refinanced or lower federal bond interest rates? Possibly, Brian. Possibly. Magnificent Seven, nothing here. Let's look at it on a monthly basis. The next level is right here, 3676. Right here, 36.8, about 30 high 36s right here. Right there. 36, 30, right here. We got some more ways to go. RSP, let's look at RSP. I got to tell you, folks, we are getting towards our first level of support. We are getting towards our first level of support. We currently have 20% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average, which is getting really, really excessive. Let's look on a long-term basis what this is, okay? Let's take a look. Let's explore with me here. This is 20 years, folks. 20 years. Do you see where we're at right now? This is COVID. This is 2008. If this is we are getting to a level right now where we're not going to be trading on emotions, where we're going to start trading on based on fundamental value of stocks. Some investment funds are going to start looking at stocks, but volatility needs to come off. We are getting near our first level of support. We are going to bounce around here somewhere. We're going to bounce this week. I didn't say we're going to reverse. I said we're going to bounce. We're going to see a bounce. Then the question is, are we going to go over to the next level? We are now at our first level of support on a long-term basis. Teach us, how do you come up with the levels of support? I'm showing you. Anna Kumar, can't you see? Look, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Touches. How many touches we had here? I'll tell you what. I'll show you how I draw this in VIP room today if you want to see it. Just remind me, Anna Kumar, okay? And Darna or Donna, I want to know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I don't want to mispronounce your name. But look how many touches we have here. We have anytime you have more than two touches, you draw a trend line. You have one touch, two touch, three touch, four touches here in the last 15 years. The question is, are we going to go to crazy levels? These are emotionally driven price levels. These are technical price levels. Technically, we are at support. See, even let me show you what I mean. Look at the SPY right here. See, we are at support. See where I drew this line right here, especially the second line? 480. 480 would be the first level of support. It is encouraging, but we're not out of this zone yet. Because remember, we don't have certainty about this tariffs. We won't till when global markets stop going down, then we will. So, folks, we are at our first support level, major support level. We're very close to it right now. Okay, very, very close to it. And if you want to know how to draw these, I'll show you in the. Just remind me, and I'll show you. Anna Kumar, remind me, and I'll show you. Yeah, tariffs don't make interest rates lower. Interest rates would be lower because economy may be going into a recession. That's not the same reason. That's not the reason we want interest rates to go lower. Okay. Now, let's talk about sentiment. Let's see what sectors are driving price. Oh, look at this. Imagine this. Technology, semiconductors, QQQ, but communication and consumer discretionary are still up here, but most technology, blue chips here, and Bitcoin's not going to be up here today. I promise you, it's down more than anything. So you still have consumer staples and utilities and retail and real estate. This is commercial real estate driving the bus with technology down here. The problem is this. We have a historic level of stocks breaking down. We have 1,424 stocks breaking down. And no, there's no stocks being bought right now. Roger, how come you're not buying stocks? Well, let me show you. Mr. Cooper, mortgage-backed securities, treasury futures, mortgage-backed securities, bond market, bond market, bond market. There's no stocks breaking out. How many stocks do you have on your long watch list? Not one. Zero. Yes, zero. All right, let's talk about the downside list. Boyd, Boyd, we've already been down this road before. The amount that they're estimating to get from tariffs is $800 billion dollars in the best case scenario. $800 billion dollars that's the best case scenario. That's like 8% of what they need. 8%. 8%. So it's not going to happen, Boyd. I know it would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Stocks to the short side. Overextended. Let's do another one. Overextended. Let's do another one. Overextended. Look how far all of these are away from the 8-day EMA. Halliburton. Overextended. Here, if you don't believe me, look. Thank you, Jeff. Psychology. You know, it's funny, guys. You know what drives the market? Psychology. But somebody here doesn't think it's important for us to get into Trump's mind psychologically, where psychology is what drives the market. Folks, the biggest advantage we have is knowing the propensity of our presidents and what they're going to do and react on it accordingly. I mean, after all, that's what the FBI does. That's what Secret Service does. That's what intelligence does. That's what any smart person does. But you want me to avoid doing that? No, Sue. Not going to happen. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I've been doing for 31 years. Overextended. TSM. I'm showing you the best stocks to the downside. And what's the common theme of all of them? What's the common theme of all of them? Overextended. I agree with you, Jeff. I agree with you. Exactly. TSM. And by the way, I'm a Republican, folks, just so you know. I'm a Republican. But I say things the way they are. I don't bullshit you. Look at Taiwan Semiconductor. If you want someone to bullshit you, go somewhere else. I'm here to tell you the truth. Let's see. Oh, this one actually looks like it. This is the only stock that looks okay, but let's look and see if it's yep, overdone. And Schwab. Let's look at Schwab. Overdone. And look at CSX. Tariffs are an act of war. Who said that? Does anybody know who said that? Warren Buffett. Maybe you guys trust Trump with your money, but I trust Warren Buffett more than Trump with my money any day of the week and 100 times on Sunday. So here's the link for the VIP room. Buffett. And I hope nobody's here is going to say that Buffett is stupid. Here's VIP room. Here's my link for the 1:00 class. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. I'm glad you're seeing it my way. And let me give you a link to Customer Service Live. Now, before I let you go, and I'm going to let you go right now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think it's, in light of everything that I said to you today, do you think it's smart to buy or sell stocks today? Let's see what people say. Alexander, hey Alexander, $4 trillion in total U.S. import to you 2024, 6.8 in total federal budget, 1.8 deficit, and you raise. I know, Alexander. I know. And that's the best case scenario. RJ, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you said. I didn't see what you said. You said earlier. Can you repeat what you said? I didn't see it. Okay. Does anybody need to understand why we are not going to be buying or selling stocks today? Do you guys need an explanation? Number one, I have no stocks on my long watch list. I don't have one stock on my long watch list. Look how many 90-10s we have. 90-10s signal a shakeout. Let me show you how many 90-10s we have. 2 and 2. Not 92, 2. There are no stocks moving higher. All the stocks to the downside are overextended. Eagle says, dumb move to do anything with buy and sell stocks. Yes. Okay. Folks, if you want to lose money, if you like to gamble, then you should be trading stocks today. If you like making money, if you like having an edge, if you like holding on to gains, if you like to be a successful trader, then don't be a fool and trade today. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And if you send me an email or customer service an email saying how come Roger doesn't have trades in the program, I'm going to crucify you. Just kidding. Have a good day, everybody. Here's my email address if you want to send me a nice email. Fact, we don't even have an infrastructure to collect even half of the tariffs. Oy, oy, oy. Let's put it this way. Clyde plans to nap all day. And I'm going to work with just at about that why they call them tariff wars. Exactly. 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 Please don't be stupid. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. I know you'll want to, but don't. I'll be updating you all day long on 3 Telegram channels, the free one and the 2 premium ones all day long. And it's Monday. Mondays are rotational. We may have a little consolidation today. It doesn't mean squat. Global economy is the only thing that matters. Global economy is what's driving US stocks right now. We are going to be reacting to what happened overnight in global economies. The Japan hit circuit breakers twice last night. Don't be foolish. And remember something else. I may be wrong, but it is highly unlikely. And again, a post PhD in math gave me this, not some dude, okay? So it actually means something. Bye, guys. Please, folks, don't get all worked up about the politics. We'll get out of this. We'll get out of this. And we are seeing some sectors starting to bottom out. I will be updating you throughout the day. I want to help you make money, not help put you in the poorhouse, okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day. Yeah, it is okay to disagree. We will be okay. We will be okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here. And thank you for breaking records every day. RJ, I sold puts now, have 100 more shares of NVIDIA. This may be a good market to do some put spreads. I'll be doing that in the VIP room, and I'll show you guys how I come up with these fancy drawings, my Picasso drawings, all right? So come to the VIP room at noon today. Here is the link. And folks, the last thing I want to do is offend you, but I'd rather you be upset at me than lose money any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Bye. Be careful. Don't go trading. Be careful. Wait for me to give you a heads up. Don't be foolish.